Welcome to Serenity Before Sunrise. I am your host, Sophia Antoine, and I am so glad that you are here. This week, we're starting a new topic, and it's all about listening. I know it is difficult sometimes to listen because the world is so noisy, but I promise you, you'll have deeper insight into your listening life as well as learn a few things about yourself and how you can better listen to other people and also what stops you from listening. So it's important to know that listening in and of itself has the capability to improve your relationships because you like to be heard and other people like to be heard. So we have to take turns listening. We have to take turns making sure that we give the people who are talking to us the common courtesy, the respect to hear what it is that they have to say. And it won't come easy. It's not easy. And some people are natural listeners, but there are some people like me, or what I used to be, is that I didn't want to hear. If it didn't align with what I wanted, I didn't want to hear it. So that's just a transparent moment. But your goal should be to hear as well as understand and learn from the person that is speaking to you. And I always have taught my children, have always reminded myself, no matter where you are, what you're doing, you can learn, you can glean knowledge from anybody. It can be a hobo, it can be a janitor, it can be just anybody, because they've gone through experiences and life has taken them places that you necessarily haven't been. And hopefully, if it's someone that is in a place that you don't want to be, you listen to them because they know how they got there and they may see the same characteristics within you, and you want to avoid falling into those traps, those pitfalls that they went into, and maybe they could save your life with whatever they're trying to share with you. So being quiet isn't necessarily conducive with listening. You can be quiet, but your mind can still drift. You can be quiet and you can still not hear. You can tune the other person out. I call mine like mom ears, because you know the kid that calls you mom, mom, mom. I guess everybody used to watch Family Guy, and that thing where Stewie was just doing mom, 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 and then she answers like, what? And he laughs and runs away. That thing, that's mom ears. And alternately, there are kid ears, because you know those people that you can talk and talk and talk to, and it just don't seem like they hear you, and then you try to warn them before whatever destructive things happen in their lives, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, it happens, and it's like you really just weren't listening, right? So it's on both ends. So we just have to make sure when people are talking to us, you actually listen. Listen and take heed. Listen and learn. If you haven't walked away from a conversation having learned something, then you weren't listening. So if you can see it like that, that'll be helpful. And real listening is intentional. Everybody talks about active listening, so that's kind of it, but that's not the only part to listening. Active listening is good, but intentional listening is better. Work hard to stay focused on what it is that you are listening to, because some things just have a habit, like music. It has a habit of infiltrating your brain. You can be unconscious and subconsciously know the lyrics to a song when you wake up or when you tune back into whatever it is that was being said to you in those song lyrics. But intentional listening has to be like that, but you must be awake. So this week while we're together, I want you to keep a few questions in mind. And the first is, who do you really listen to? Be honest with yourself, because there's probably some people that you think you listen to and you really don't. And there's some people that you don't listen to and you probably do. So really take heed in that. Go ahead and examine that. What do you feel, who Who do you feel really listens to you? Who do you feel really listens to you? Who do you feel you can be yourself with? Who are you heard with? So write that down. What makes you a good listener? If you think you are a good listener, or you really are a good listener, what characteristics do you possess that make you a good listener? And do you think you are able to improve your listening skills? So those 4 questions are the things that I want you to keep in mind this week. Answer them every day to see if the answers change after our prompt. Because what you want to be in relationships is a good listener, because it will determine which way you go. It's imperative that you have good communication, and listening is just the foundation of that. We'll probably broach the topic of what you talk about or a good argument in, some of our next week's segments. But right now it's about listening, because you need to seek to understand before you can be understood. Nobody wants you to just constantly go back and forth with them in regards to what you're talking about until they know that you've heard them. Nobody wants to hear your point of view until they know that you've heard them. So keep that in mind if you want to have a successful relationship. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you're looking forward to our week of journaling. And right now, to me, journaling can't be more important, simply because, and I know I beat this horse to death, but it's important because you got to get it out. You got to get it off your head. We lost a beautiful soul, Miss America 2019, Miss Chesley Christ. I don't know if people listened to her. They probably saw her beauty. They probably saw her achievements. But did they really hear what she had to say? Did she feel like anybody wanted to hear what she had to say? I don't know. But what I know is, if you get whatever's going on in your head down on paper and stop ruminating on it, you can have just a bit of peace until you can get to a person that can help you do whatever you got to do. If you feel like you want to end it all, I ask you to please reach out to somebody, somewhere. Tell them. Now more than ever, I think people are more sensitive to the fact that mental health is important. And if you have all of your stuff down on paper, you have something to present to a qualified doctor that can help you. But before you act out your plan, if you have a plan, talk to somebody. Talk to me. Call me. Call me, text me, reach out via DM. I work during the day, but I promise you I'll get back to you as soon as I get your message. So at least give me 24 hours to get back to your message, okay? And if you can't wait that amount of time, please get to somebody who can respond to you right away. All right? So that's my heart today. I appreciate you taking the time to listen. I appreciate you being on this journaling journey with me. And do the 3 things: drink your water, take your vitamins, and mind your business.